AITA for choosing my best friend as my best man instead of my step-brother? I'm 24M, getting married to my fiancé 28F in 2 weeks. My stepbrother Pete, 25M, is mad that I chose my best friend Charles, 28M, as my best man. Honestly, choosing Charles was a no-brainer because Pete and I aren't close. Yeah, we're stepbrothers, but we never lived together. I used to live with my mom and he lives with my dad and stepmom. We didn't go to school together. We only hung out when I visited my dad, and even then, the times he came out of his room when I was over were few and far between. Even in the last 6 months. I can count on one hand the number of times I've talked to Pete, whereas I've talked to Charles pretty much every day in the last 6 months. I used to invite Pete to do things with me and call to chat so we could actually have a brotherly relationship, but he never accepted any of my invitations or answered any of my calls, so I gave up trying. He's made it clear to me that he doesn't want much to do with me. On the other hand, Charles and I are really close. Charles and I have known each other for 11 years, and we used to hang out pretty much every day. He chose me as his best man for his wedding. He's like an older brother to me. I've gone to him for advice, and I've been there for him when he needs me. If I'm being completely honest, I see Charles as a brother while I don't really see Pete as a brother, or even a stepbrother, just the son of the woman my dad married. Nothing against Pete. He seemed like a decent guy, and he was, and still is, invited to the wedding. He just wasn't in the wedding party because he's basically a stranger. Anyway, the whole reason I made this post is because I got a text from Pete earlier today. He found out I chose Charles as my best man and said he was hurt that I didn't choose him. Then he demanded I make him my best man. I apologized and said I was sticking with Charles, and he messaged back saying he wasn't coming if he wasn't my best man. Around half an hour after that, I got a call from my stepmom. She went off on me for not choosing Pete as my best man. She said I should have chosen him because we're brothers. She ended her rant by saying she wasn't coming if Pete wasn't my best man. Then she hung up. Shortly after that, I got a text from my dad saying I should just make Pete my best man to keep the peace. Now there's this little voice in the back of my head that's wondering if I should just make Pete my best man. AITA for choosing my best friend instead of my stepbrother as my best man?